having contractions. I know I've heard about them, but they hurt so much. I think I'm going to be hospitalized.
Oh my God. Does that mean you're going to give birth today?
I think so. When can you come? You need to get here as soon as you can.
I've got some stuff going on, so I can't come right now.
What? I thought we agreed that you were going to be here when I give birth.
I know that, but I don't think I can make it. So you're going to have to go through it alone.
Seriously? Why? I'm still in a lot of pain. I'm having my first baby, and I'm feeling a little nervous, so I want you to come. What are you doing right now? Is it more important than accompanying me? I mean, where are you? I thought you were at home.
Well, I'm at my parents' house right now, but I'm busy.
What? Why are you there? Your wife is in the middle of labor right now. Are you telling me that there's other things that you think are more important?
Listen, I didn't tell you because I knew you would get angry if I did, but I'm thinking of having my parents move in with us, so I'm helping them to prepare right now.
I beg your pardon? What kind of joke is this? I'm seriously starting to feel like I can't afford it anymore.
That's why I told you that you'd get angry if I tell you the truth. So I was thinking of moving in when you are in the hospital for labor. If you're not physically here with me, I don't have to worry about you messing around. Once my parents start living with us, you won't kick them out, will you?
Are you serious? I can't believe you're talking about that matter to me, who's about to have a baby.
The house we have now is big enough. My parents can live together with us. By doing that, we don't have to visit them every weekend or during the holidays.
I told you, I'm going back to my parents' house.
With my mom, you'll be fine. I want you to go back to work right after the baby is born.
I'm in a lot of pain, but I'm doing my best. What the hell are you talking about? I'm not going back to work right after the baby is born. I mean, there's no way I can do that.
No, you have to do it because I'm unemployed right now. You're a nurse anyway. My parents said it's better for the baby.
Then why don't you go to work? That's the first thing. What's wrong with you and your parents?
Jeez, don't get upset. Isn't it terrible? You're going to be a mom. That's not good for the child's education.
Shut up! I'm in too much pain. You quit your job without telling me and became unemployed? You will become a father soon. Don't you have the guts to be the breadwinner of the family?
I'm just doing easy chores at work. That job wasn't for me. I deserve better. Mom said that if you got married, you're supposed to raise your kids at home.
We're not living in the 18th century, Lupin. Anyway, are you sure you don't want to come here?
I told you, I can't. I need to rent a car and help my parents with the move. They are too old to carry heavy things on their own. That's why they're counting on me.
I'm relying on you too. I'm going to have a baby now. Your baby. Think about your priorities. Moving in shouldn't be the first priority, should it? Come here.
I can't. I just got the rental arranged. I've called my mom and dad too.
I'm really in a lot of pain and I'm so anxious.
You're a strong woman. You'll be fine. Besides, the baby will be born even though I'm not there with you, right? It's not like I'm the one who will give birth.
Did you understand what I've been telling you? I'm saying I want you to stay with me. Why don't you understand that?
Don't be selfish. I'm doing this for you. Mom says you can handle it alone.
Your mother isn't the one who's going to give birth. Are you going to listen to your mother rather than me, who is in labor right now?
My mother has been through this before. She's the one who gave birth to me. She said that you can handle it on your own. So don't worry, and you can count on me after the baby is born.
It's impossible.
Well, I know you're not happy about everything right now. After my parents move in with us, you'll be glad.
I won't. I can't live together with your mother. She doesn't have enough common sense.
Don't speak ill of my mother. She's just worried about us.
I'm not going to let you do this to me. Don't make me nervous. I can't take it anymore.
Well, good luck then. I'm going to go do some physical labor by helping my parents. Hey, isn't the baby born already? I'm almost done with the move.
The baby was born just now.
Oh, seriously? Just now? Isn't that a little late?
I couldn't get you on the phone. What's the big deal?
Oh, I just noticed the missed call. What could I do? I was driving and moving stuff. To be honest, you seemed angry and I didn't want to bother you.
Do you think I'd call just to complain about that under the circumstances I was in?
I thought so.
I was in pain for 21 hours and had an emergency C-section.
Oh, I didn't know about that. Was it a difficult delivery? That must have been tough.
Huh? You were talking as if you cared about nothing at all. I was told to call you to sign for the C-section.
What? The hospital needs my signature for that?
You didn't answer the call from the hospital too.
So, that was the hospital's phone number. I was afraid of unknown numbers, so I just ignored it. If you're going to call me from the hospital, just tell me so from the beginning.
I told you to pick up the phone in case they call in an emergency, right?
Really? I totally forgot about that. I'm sorry, but the baby was born, right?
My mother was so worried, she stayed with me. When I called her and told her you weren't coming, she rushed over.
What? Your mother? That's not good. Don't tell my mother, okay?
What do you mean?
She says, since you're married to me, my parents come first. And she also said you had to have a C-section because you're not good at childbirth. If you care about your child, you should have a natural birth, even if you have to push yourself a little. My mother also said that you don't know enough about being a mother.
Is that what you say to your wife, who just gave birth to your child?
That's what my mother said. Well, I guess there are things you're good at and things you're not good at, so I don't mind.
Already? You're so pathetic. I can't even cry.
What are you talking about?
Don't you want to see pictures of your baby?
Yeah, of course. I want to see the pic. But all babies look the same, right? They look like monkeys, and they're not even that cute.
Why do you say such terrible things? It's your own child.
I know, but unlike women, I wasn't pregnant, so I don't really feel it.
I can't believe it. I've been suffering physically and mentally.
You did a great job. Anyway, my parents have moved in. Mom's all fired up to take care of the baby. When you get back, leave the baby with Mom and go to work right away.
I told you that I'm going back to my parents' house, didn't I? Besides, I don't want to live with your parents.
Thinking about the family finances, wouldn't it be better if you go back to work right away?
I'll raise the baby by myself. I won't depend on your parents at all.
Don't worry about it. Worst case scenario, even if the baby misses her mother's milk, my mother said that she'll distract her with her own.
What? Her own? Don't ever say that again, even if it's a lie. That's disgusting.
Hey, you don't have to say that much. My parents have come all this way for you. How can you be so rude towards them, especially my mother?
Anyway, I'm tired. I need to rest. Please don't stress me out.
Jeez, is this the postpartum hysteria people are talking about? I bet the baby will be disappointed to have such an ogre for a mom.
I beg your pardon? This is unbelievable.
Anyway, tell me when you're getting out of the hospital, okay? I'll come to pick you up.
I don't want to talk to you anymore. Don't call me.
I understand about your circumstances, but you're not allowed to go back to your parents' house. I'll prepare everything for you, so you must come back home.
My husband was like this after the baby was born. My mother was worried, and kept my phone for a while to calm me down. I was disappointed at my husband, who had not helped with the housework since I was pregnant and had quit his job without even letting me know in advance. I had thought that things might change once the baby was born. However, after what happened this time, I finally realized that I no longer need such a horrible husband. I was ready to cut him out of my life now and forever.
Hey, you're getting out of the hospital today, right? Come on, give me an answer. I'm going to pick you up. You should be in a better mood by now. Mom's worried about you too. You're out late. Is something wrong?
What do you mean? I've already been discharged from the hospital.
No kidding. I didn't know about that.
That's because I didn't tell you.
I'm also being refused for a hospital visit. The nurse said you're being discharged today.
I told them that I was leaving the hospital today. I'm so glad you did what I asked you to do.
Why? Mom and Dad were mad at me for not letting them see you, and now you're lying to me. That's just too bad.
You guys were the ones who made me suffer from postpartum depression.
What? I told you that you'll have full support. Where are you now? You're not at home, are you?
I'm at my parents' house. I've got all the baby stuff pre-arranged. I don't know what kind of support you have over there, but I'm definitely more comfortable at my parents' house.
I told you not to go back to your parents' house. My parents come first.
I can't go back to live with a husband who neglects his wife during childbirth.
Are you still holding a grudge about that? Because if I don't do this, my parents won't move in with me.
Living together is out of the question.
See? I want to be a good son to my parents. I got married and we live in a big house, so I want to call my parents. Besides, my mom said she'd watch the baby for me. You're going to ignore that favor?
The only reason your mother offers to watch the baby is because you want me to go back to work immediately, right? It's not a favor. You're just doing it because it's more convenient for you. You don't care about my feelings at all.
I'm sure that you will be happy with the results if you live here.
Do you really think I can get along with your mother?
You should be thinking about how I feel too. You're being too uptight just because I'm unemployed right now.
You're the worst kind of scum. You're unemployed and you don't care about the baby at all.
What a thing to say. You've gone too far with your words.
It's true, isn't it? When I was pregnant, I was lying down because I was having morning sickness and you told me to make dinner.
There it is. You know what people say? A woman can't forgive anything bad happened to her when she was pregnant forever. I'm sorry about that, but you weren't sick. You've been laying around all the time, so it's no big deal to stand up for a minute and make me dinner.
Huh? Have you ever done any research on pregnancy? Did you care? I bet you didn't. You didn't think about me and the baby. You only care about yourself.
I mean, it's not like I'm pregnant. I don't think I need to conduct any research about pregnancy. In the end, the baby was born safely.
I was carrying your child and you cared about nothing, scumbag. I was about to have a baby and you just quit your job without a second thought.
Not that again. I told you I'd get a job eventually.
I don't think so. I know that you're just going to make me work right away.
You are a nurse, right? You make good money. It's hard for me to get a job right away. It'll take time to find a job that suits me.
See? You're only looking out for yourself. You don't think about what's best for your child and wife. What's the right job for you anyway? I don't think there is a job in the world today that a gutless person can do.
What is this? A sermon? Why don't you just come home?
I'm not going home. I won't even see you anymore.
What are you talking about? Mom's angry. If you don't come back, I'll give you a sermon.
Don't you understand? I'm asking for a divorce.
Oh, come on. You've got to be kidding me. You just had a baby, didn't you?
Right after I mentioned the word divorce, you finally started talking about the baby. In the end, that's just because you don't want to get divorced. You're so selfish.
That's not what this is about.
Anyway, I'm getting a divorce. I've already decided.
I don't want to.
You may not like it, but I want a divorce. I'm going to get a lawyer and take you to court or whatever.
Hey, you don't have to go that far.
Also, I'm going to ask you to move out of the house you're living in.
Huh? My parents just moved in. I've put my parents' house on the market, so it's impossible to go back there. Who do you think you are, suddenly asking me to leave?
You don't think you own that house, do you?
We started living here after we got married, and it belongs to us as a couple.
Are you stupid? Of course not. That is the land and house in my name that I inherited from my grandfather.
But we lived here after we got married, so it's mine too, right?
That can't be true. You have no right to own it.
So I told my parents it's my house. I'm speaking about the truth anyway.
What did you say? How can it be your house if you don't have a job? I want to be honest, so I won't lie about my house being someone else's house. No matter what anyone says, that house is mine. I'll ask anyone who has nothing to do with it to leave.
You just want to look good in front of your parents.
I don't care about that.
Anyway, I'm not leaving and I'm not getting a divorce. My parents are mad at you, so if you apologize now, they'll let bygones be bygones.
I'm not going to apologize, and you don't have to let bygones be bygones.
You have become crazy after you had the baby. I can't believe you're torturing me like this.
I have something to protect now. I know exactly what's holding me back.
You're not talking about me, are you? I'm your husband. I'm the most important man in the family, and you're saying I'm in the way?
I'm glad you're aware of that. Anyway, I'm busy after the baby is born, and I'll divorce you even if I have to use a lawyer.
Hey, wait a minute.
After that, my husband didn't agree to the divorce, but my mother-in-law dared him to do it. Thanks to her that I was able to get him to fill out the divorce papers. In the end, the divorce was finalized.
Hey, how are you?
You're not paying for the child support. When are you going to pay it?
We've been talking to you about that too.
How can you contact me when you haven't paid even once? You should have put your thick skin and guts to find a job instead.
I want to pay for that, but you divorced and kicked me out of the house. I sold my parents' house, so we're in a cheap apartment complex now.
So what? That's all your fault.
I've started working too. It's not the right job for me, but I'm trying to make ends meet. I can't afford to pay for the child support. You wouldn't let me see my child unless I paid child support, right?
Yeah, I can't let you see your kid when you can't even fulfill your minimum responsibilities as a father.
I mean, the child will never know what her father looks like, you know? That's why I think the happiest thing for us is to start over again.
Are you insane?
I'm sorry if you're mad at me for not being there during the childbirth. I was an idiot. They say women will never forget about the bad things that happened to them when they were giving birth.
You really are an idiot. You definitely don't know what's wrong with you.
I know. You wanted me to sign the consent form, right? You were sad that it had to be your mother, weren't you? A C-section. That's a big deal. So you wanted your husband to make the decision.
If you really believe that, it's amazing on the contrary.
I'm correct, am I? You want me, your husband, to be responsible for it.
How is it possible that everything is so far off the mark?
Huh? Am I wrong? Oh, about my parents moving in together? I think moving in without permission was too much.
I feel like nothing I say now will make any sense to you. Seems like we're living in a different world.
Actually, my mom wants to see her grandkid every day. Anyway, our child is blood related, so let's not be so stubborn anymore.
I'm allowing her to see our child once a month if you pay for the child support.
I told you, that's difficult. Don't you feel sorry for me at all? Don't you understand how much we miss the child?
I don't care what someone who can't even pay child support feels.
If we start over, everything's gonna be okay.
Everything? I don't think so. That's just you guys, right? Just my abusive ex-mother-in-law and my inconsiderate ex-husband who never had a shred of compassion for me would be happy.
No, you got it all wrong. I'm just saying that I feel like the child would be better off with both parents together.
The child, huh? Have you ever asked for a picture of our child? Not even once, right?
It's because I want to see our child in person.
You just want my income and the house. You just use the child as an excuse to do that.
That's not true. It doesn't look like the house is for sale. Don't you think we should just go on and live together again?
All of us? What do you mean by that? You're not including your parents again, are you?
Well, they don't have a place to live either. They want to take care of their grandchild.
If you sold your parents' house, you must have a lot of money.
That's the retirement fund. They can't touch it.
How selfish can you people be? Are you telling me that I'm supposed to support you? And your parents want the money they can spend to play around?
I didn't say that. Dad's retired. It's only natural that they want to have some money for retirement.
They just want to spend the money I make and live in my house after retirement. And you want to live as a pimp too, right?
I'm not a pimp. I'm working right now.
Are you still working as a full-time employee?
I'm still working part-time, but I'm working 3 times a week. If I work diligently, I might be able to become a full-time employee in the future.
3 times a week? You're not a college student. If you don't work every day, you can't say you're making a living with your job.
But you're not working right now either, are you?
I'm on maternity leave. It's a different case.
It's more efficient for those who can make more money to work. I'll take care of the child. I'm not going to be able to work full-time 5 days a week.
I can't expect anyone who didn't try to find out anything about pregnancy and childbirth to raise a child, and I'm not going to start over. And I can't entrust my precious child to someone who only talks about children when making excuses to get what he wants.
If you keep talking like that, I won't even pay child support.
Can you at least pay me once and then tell me that?
Okay, I admit I was wrong. Please, just give me one more chance.
I've already given you plenty of chances. I thought things would change once we had a baby, but it turned out to be the opposite.
If you don't put it into words, I won't know.
What do you want me to say now? It's just that I've been accumulating so much that I've decided I can't do it anymore. You and your mother were both such lousy, selfish people.
You just gonna leave me? You have some good memories.
I can only come up with more bad memories than that.
We loved each other once, didn't we?
I feel like such a fool for having loved you back then, but the only thing that saved me was the birth of this baby. Anyway, I don't have a shred of love left for you.
How could you be so cold to me?
I could file for wage garnishment if I wanted to.
Please don't do that.
If you don't like it, don't contact me anymore. Get a more serious job and pay your child support exactly as you owe it. I'm going to sell that house and I'm going to start a new life somewhere else.
You won't even give me an address?
Of course not. As long as you don't pay child support, I'll ignore your calls. Goodbye. I don't know if we'll ever meet, but take care.
Please, don't leave me.
In the end, I never received any child support payment from my ex-husband. In order to find a new wife who could support him, Lupin has asked his relatives to introduce him to several women. I heard that even his friends are now distancing themselves from him. I have returned to work in an environment where my parents support me. I am now living happily with my child as a single mother.
Hey, Samantha, we don't have any soy sauce left. I wonder why, since you often do a lot of strange mail order shopping. I'm busy receiving packages all the time, you know? If you have time to buy weird stuff, but can't you at least buy soy sauce at the market? You don't seem to understand the priority of things at all. Also, the socks were hanged upside down. The bathroom is also not cleaned well that I can still see some dark spots at the corner. I told you to clean the bathroom every day, didn't I? Are you trying to make our family sick by having us to use such a dirty bathroom? Last but not least, today's breakfast was disgusting. Please don't make Sean and Simon eat that. Thanks to you, I've been here all morning. I have to make breakfast for us. It's a waste of ingredients and time. Are you listening to me? Answer me. Or would you rather I call you instead? Hello, Matilda. Good morning. I've already started work. I can't look at all these messages you're sending me. I'll talk to you during my lunch break. I'm busy, so I'll get back to you later. See you soon. I won't be able to reply from now on. Oh, and thank you for picking up my packages. I have no time to go shopping right now. If it's too much trouble, I'll set up a box in front of the entrance next time. I don't care if you need to get to work or not. That's none of my business. As my son's wife, it's natural for you to listen to what your mother-in-law tells you with the highest priority at all times. You need to be aware of that. You don't make much money and you call that work? Don't you dare contradict me. I didn't mean to contradict you, but I need to do my job. Sorry, I can't reply to you anymore. Don't you dare to say that you can't do it. Anyway, that's not the point. Starting tomorrow, I want you to think more about what you're going to put on the menu for breakfast. I don't want to eat the same thing day after day. I don't care if you say so, but you prefer a full American breakfast every morning. Pancake, grilled sausages, and so on. All of that really takes time to prepare. Do you remember when was the last time I talked about that to you? That was years ago, right? You keep repeating the same thing over and over like a broken radio. The breakfast you cooked was awful. If you eat something like that at the beginning of the day, you won't have any energy. You're such a useless wife. Did you say years ago? With all due respect, you told me about that last week. Last week? Are you sure? The meals have the same taste, so I feel as if I were eating those for years. That also means that you're cutting corners. Before you start backtalking me, take a look at yourself to see if you're at fault. You really are irritating. I'll talk to you about the food later. Just come home right now. What? Right now? Yes. You know I have hula dancing class today, right? My husband can't drive because of his back pain. You need to drive me there. I'm going to be late for my lesson if you don't do that quickly. You can't do that, Matilda. I'm at work, and I have an important meeting this afternoon, so please go to the hula class today by yourself. What? You can't listen to your husband's mother even though you're his wife? I have an important hula dance class this afternoon. You know what will happen if you disrupt my schedule, don't you? I'll come home right away if it's a life-threatening emergency, but hula dance is not an emergency. It's a 15-minute walk from our house to the class. Why don't you walk there for the sake of your own health? It would definitely be faster than waiting for me to come back. Fortunately, today is a beautiful sunny day. Now, if you'll excuse me. Oh, wait! Listen to me! Samantha! Hey, Matilda. Seems that you've been making strange calls to my company, haven't you? Will you stop it? What are you talking about? It was you, right? The one who tried to spread rumors that I'm having an affair with my boss. You called my company without mentioning who you are. Oh my, are you having an affair? I am not. I mean, my boss is a woman and she's married. That's impossible. You don't know that. Nowadays, we value diversity, you know? Just because your boss is a woman doesn't mean that she isn't having an affair. Diversity? That's not the point. Anyway, there is no such thing as infidelity. I heard you also said that my hobbies are disgusting and nerdy. That's true, isn't it? You have a weird colored wig in your room, a bunch of lacy, flirty clothes. You've been getting a lot of mail order packages lately, and it's all because of that disgusting hobby of yours. Am I right? I wish you'd stop. It's really annoying. You're right about me being a nerd. I'm not the only one who plays cosplay. It's a shared hobby between Simon and me. We met at a cosplay summit. It's a memory that we both cherish. Please don't make fun of it. I know our hobby might make some people feel uncomfortable. I'm not bothering you or anyone else. I mean, after all, you did call my company, didn't you? Please stop it immediately. What? You're my son's wife, but you don't listen to what I tell you. A wife like that is useless. Besides, I was just trying to tell the company who you really are. You don't have to tell the company about my private life. It's unrelated matter. I'm doing my job well in the company and I have an important position there. What you've done is really a nuisance to the company, so please stop it at all costs. You're the one who's crazy, Matilda. Don't make a big deal out of this. Are you telling me that you think your company is more important than your family? What? How can you say that? You didn't marry Simon, my son. You married the company. You neglect your family and spend all your time at the company. Are you kidding me? There is no such thing as a marriage between a company and a human being. You're talking too much nonsense. I can't keep up with you. If you married my son, normally you'd obey your mother-in-law. But look at you. All you do is talk back to me. I'm sorry, but I can't have you as my son's wife any longer. Hold it right there, Matilda. It's a modern era now. And you still talk to me as if we're living in the year of 1800s or something closer to that. Did you just say that a wife should obey her mother-in-law? Modern people would be horrified to hear that. I thought you were joking, but seems that you were serious. Oh my God, you're making fun of me after all this time. I really can't believe it. That's enough. If you can't follow what I, your mother-in-law, tell you to do, I will have you divorce my son. Do you understand me? I don't think so. I will not divorce Simon. As I said before, nowadays, wives don't obey their mother-in-laws. Are you still going to defy me? I won't forgive you even if you apologize. I'm serious. I brought it out. Thank you. Huh? Matilda, garbage day is Monday, remember? I'm not talking about trash. I think you misunderstood. What kind of things did you bring out then? Divorce papers. You are now divorced from my son. I filed it. That's why you need to get the hell out of my house right now. What? Divorce papers? That's too much of a joke. And it's not funny at all. I'm not joking. I don't like you because you're too cocky. That's why I filed the divorce papers to get rid of you. You can't just file for divorce because you don't like me. Besides, we talked it over at home yesterday. We decided on the rules from now on. Didn't you agree? No, I didn't. I'm not going to abide by rules you made up on your own. I'm not even going to follow them. If I need something, I need to tell you as soon as possible. Or, if I want to go somewhere, I should arrange that on your day off. It's all for your own convenience. Who do you think you are, forcing me to do whatever you want? That's the same line I'd like to say to you. I'm sure you've made a rule to tell me in advance if there's anything I need to know to prevent misunderstandings. Besides, you seem to think that I'm lying, but I'm telling you the truth about filing the divorce papers. Really? Yes, of course. Have I ever lied to you? Yes, you did that a couple times in the past, but I don't think the divorce papers filed on behalf of the related parties would be processed. Filing divorce paper without mutual consent should be invalid. I mean, neither Simon nor I wrote the divorce papers. How did you manage to file those? It's possible because I wrote your part on behalf of you. I asked a friend to write Simon's part. If the handwriting is the same, no one will notice. Thanks to my quick thinking, the officials didn't find out either. Goodness gracious. Did you watch too much detective drama? You shouldn't tell such lies and jokes to Simon. He will believe it right away. I'm serious. I made sure I filed this promptly. Really? I'm sure. If you think I'm lying, go and ask the officials. You are no longer my son's wife. Now is not a good time. Anyway, I'll listen to what you have to say when I get back. See you later. Matilda, you're home now, aren't you? Please unlock the front door. And why are my things here? I have some important outfits. Could you please not put them directly on the ground? What if it starts to rain? Oh, you finally came home. You're too late. I left your stuff out of your room since you told me that you're coming home late. including those creepy costumes. Did you go to check with the officials? The office is already closed. In the meantime, please open the door. I don't want to. Only my family is allowed in this house. You're already divorced from my son. You're not a family member anymore, so don't come in the house. If you come in through the windows or the balcony, I will call the police. Is that what you want? If you don't like it, leave now. Enough. This is really not a joke. What do you think you're doing? I've told you so many times. It's because you don't listen to me, your mother-in-law. I told you the reason why, didn't I? Yes, I've heard that many times. You said that it's because you have a job, but this is my house. I created the rules, and what I say is all that matters. But you didn't listen to me at all. A wife like that doesn't deserve to be in my house. If I listened to everything you said, I wouldn't be able to go to work. I wish I could be a housewife, but we just don't have enough money. Without my income, we'd have a hard time making ends meet. That's your excuse. A wife is supposed to take care of the house. You don't need to bother about anything else. That golden era is over, Matilda. Unbelievable! You made fun of me again. You're not getting enough money with your work anyway. You're wasting your time working. You commute to work costs more than what your job pays in gasoline. And all you do is make excuses for work. You are a wife who is so absorbed in her work that she neglects her family. You're not a good wife and mother. In the meantime, please take the luggage that's left in front of the entrance. Otherwise, when Simon and my husband come home, they won't be able to enter the house and your stuff will be in the way. If you don't take it with you, I'll make you regret. Come on, hurry up. Go away. Wait a minute. I have Sean's school-related matters to take care of. If I lose my income, our family will be in danger. Shut up. I'm busy making dinner. Don't contact me again, okay? Bye. Matilda, wait. Samantha, I heard about that. It seems that you were paid very well, weren't you? I'm sorry for treating you badly. I had no idea that you were paying for my hula dancing lessons. I'm really sorry for what I've done. What are you trying to say? You know what, Samantha? Come back home right now. I'll get your marriage certificate tomorrow so you can submit it again. Huh? I mean, you can come back to our house right now. Besides, you want to come back home, right? I forgive you so you can remarry Simon again. No, thank you. What did you say? I said I don't want to do that. Sean is waiting too. I know it's because he is still in elementary school. He must be worried if his mother doesn't come home until late at night. So, come home then. I'm not going back to your house. The three of us and you will be living separately from now on. What? Separately? Simon didn't say anything about that. Since it seems that you've forgotten that, let me tell you again. Simon doesn't say anything when he's angry. He just leaves without saying a word, just like his father. Simon knows what you told me, too, and what the company did to me. He said that he'll protect me. He also said that if I just put up with him a little more, we'd be able to live in peace. I told him not to make things worse. Sean is still in elementary school. Simon wanted us to live together with you so that I could go to work without worrying. My son was loved and cared for. I tried to help as much as I could, but you got carried away and went too far. You can't stop Simon no matter how much you say he's your son. Hey, while I was talking to you, they are gone. They were in the house just now. When I went upstairs, their stuff was almost gone. Why? I told you we're going to live together as a family. That's not true. Where is my son? Sean is my grandchild. Give him back. It's true that Sean is your grandson, but he's my son. Oh no! You didn't notice, did you, that we've been preparing to move out from a while ago? What? Moving out? Wait a minute, what do you mean? Simon told you about my income, didn't he? I'm in a good position at the company now, and I'll get a promotion at the next personal meeting. Promotion? Yes, that's right. The money you love so much that you can just change your mind quickly to get that. I'm going to get more money than I've ever got before. Well then, I think you should come home. A promotion means you'll be busier than ever, right? I can take care of Simon and Sean and do the housework too. Housework? You said housework is a wife's job until now. You've done nothing but gardening as a hobby. Besides, my new workplace will be changed to a place far away from your house. I won't be able to commute from that house. If I try to commute, it will cost me a lot of money for gasoline. So from now on, the three of us will do our best. Oh no, I didn't know about that. I didn't tell you because I didn't know what you would do to me. It's understandable that you don't know. This has been our plan from the beginning to keep you away from our family. You don't understand properly. You talk about our family of 3 as if you can afford it. You and my son are already divorced. Why do you think you can take them with you? I'm not forcing them to come with me. Both of them decided to live together with me by their own volition. Besides, a divorce decree without mine and Simon's will is invalid, and you just filed those on your own. That makes you guilty of forgery for a sealed private document. I haven't reported it yet, but if I do, you'll be arrested. What? That's... And about Simon, when he found out about my relationship with you, he said he'll do his best to support me, and he's been looking for a new job ever since. What? So I'm changing my job to a different job that offers me better benefits than I have now. We're going to buy a condo and live near my new company. I will get a promotion and Simon will get a salary increase, so we can live much better than we do now. I can't believe that my son is leaving this house. Why? Doesn't he care about his mother? Simon was always fed up with your attitude towards me. He was very angry about that today. He couldn't believe that his mother was such an embarrassing person. And your lovely grandson, Sean, he said he doesn't like a grandmother who is mean to his mother. So we are all happy to be separated from you. Oh, and we've got your husband's permission too. What? My husband knew about that and didn't stop you? Yes, he said he and his wife would talk it over after we left. Wait, let's talk it over first, okay? You ignored my phone calls when I said that. Please don't do that. What am I gonna do now? Who's going to do the housework? Who will take me to and from hula dancing classes? And who's going to support our family's finances? The entertainment expenses and clothes? I don't know, don't ask me. I mean, the money I was giving you for the rent was used for that kind of thing. I didn't know that. I think our family will be able to live a better life now that we are wasting less money. You are the one who should divorce your husband. Why don't you divorce him and get married to your precious money? Your husband was very angry. Even if you don't want to, he will divorce you for sure. Then... Wait a sec. Samantha, where are you now? You'll let me see Simon and Sean from now on, right? Samantha, are you still there? The next day, Matilda stormed into the company. Due to the previous nuisance phone calls, the company was on the warpath. She was turned away. We were very lucky to have a boss and co-workers who understood our situation. Now that Simon has told his father what happened, under his father's strict supervision, Matilda started working as a cleaner at the inn. She has been neglecting the housework that she used to leave to her daughter-in-law. My father-in-law said that his wife has been giving him a hard time. With the help of the company and my father-in-law, we have been able to live happily in our new place without letting my mother-in-law know where we are. I am relieved to be free from my mother-in-law's sarcasm and meanness, and my family's finances are much easier now that I can spend less money on useless things. Actually, I've accepted Simon's suggestion about my mother. So my mother, who used to live alone, has come to live with us. She is very excited to have a new family member, and my housework load has also been reduced. I am so grateful for the cooperation of my husband and children. I will be able to concentrate on my work from now on.
Anna, what the hell? I can't forgive such a lie. It's just too much. Sherry, what are you talking about? Why do you always lie to mom and dad? Lie? About what? You told them it was my fault that you got sick and had to rush you to the hospital. You said I made you eat expired crepe. When did I ever give you crepe? You gave me some like a week ago. That wasn't even expired. I found some at the store and I bought one for you. You even said they were delicious. It was freshly made. If that's the case, why did it make my stomach feel funny? I had such severe diarrhea that I had to get an IV at the hospital. It's not my fault. Not even the desserts. We both ate the same thing. You shouldn't be the only one getting sick if it was bad. Why do you always lie to mom and dad, huh? What? I'm not lying. I always get scolded because of what you say. Just like today. They kicked me out because they thought I was being mean to you. What? They finally kicked you out? That's so funny. That's good, right? What? Well, I'm beautiful, smart, and talented. And you're just ugly. Nothing works out for you because you're ugly. I was born with this face, so there's nothing I can do about it. Complain to mom and dad about it. That's such a mean thing to say to them. I want them to be happy. I need to get rid of the source of stress to make that happen. What do you mean by that? Do I really have to say it? It's you. You're their headache. That's terrible. Since we were kids, you've always been showered with affection. I've always been treated badly. That's because you're ugly. It would be fine if you were just ugly, but you can't even study. You're dull, and you have no talent. There's nothing good about you. It's hard for them to love someone like you. You're just pretty, Anna. You're no different than me. Huh? Don't be silly. Mom and Dad love me. They don't care about you. They kicked you out because they only need me. Mom and Dad only believed everything you said. I've been through so much because of that. Even this time, there's no way I would give you expired food. No matter how much I explain, they just won't believe me. Of course they'll believe what I say. I'm pretty and reliable. I don't even want to think I'm related to someone like you. Whatever, I'm moving out. Good idea. I'll cut ties with all of you. I don't care what happens to you all. Stay out of my life. Sounds good to me. Nobody wants to get involved with you. Hi, Sherry. How are you doing? What do you want from me? Oh, you're so cold. That's no way to talk to your own sister. I don't have a sister. I lost my family 10 years ago. And you even took away my husband and daughter from me. There's no way a thief like you could be my sister. Don't be ridiculous. Isn't that a misunderstanding? Huh? I didn't take your husband and daughter from you. They chose me over you. I don't blame them though. I mean, look at you. Still ugly. You were being sneaky. You planned everything. I mean, it's you, so I'm not even surprised. Okay, even if I made the move, if he truly loved you, he wouldn't have divorced you. You were lacking a lot of things. That's why he divorced you. Yeah, 'cause I'm ugly, right? Oh, are you trying to brush it off? I'm just disgusted by your sneaky tactics. What's that about? I was so happy to have a lovely, beautiful daughter, only to find out you were her mother. I got fed up with Tim, having an affair with you and even getting you pregnant. I have no regrets divorcing him. Hey, you're my sister. You need to act tough. Well, let's face it. Not many guys can resist a beauty like this, right? I bet even Tim couldn't. How much more do you want to take from me until you're satisfied? Are you talking about the house too? Thanks to Tim working in real estate, you have a lovely home. Both your husband and that luxurious house are all mine. Just, wow. Do you feel better now? I don't want anything to do with you. Just looking at your name popping up on my phone makes me feel sick. I will never forgive you for the rest of my life. Oh, wait a minute. I heard that you own a bakery. That's none of your business. You don't have to be so cold. You've been so greedy ever since you were little. Why does that even matter? So, you turned your gluttony into a job. Classic move for someone who can't do anything else. I love this job, but I had no choice but to choose it because of you. Why? When our parents abandoned me and kicked me out 10 years ago, I was lost. I didn't have any skills to rely on, and I didn't know how I was going to survive. So I decided to become an apprentice pastry chef. It was tough at first, but the more I did it, the more I realized how rewarding it could be. So, it's just right for someone with your appetite. I started joining contests and competing, and I finally won. What? That's really impressive, even for you. It was a miracle, wasn't it? That became a turning point for me, and I opened my own shop. My signature cake went viral on social media, and before I knew it, my store became popular. Now I own 2 bakeries. With the addition of talented pastry chefs, I'm now more involved in management. I've been really putting in the effort to study management. Oh, so that's why you have an office. What? Yeah, you're renting the office through Tim's company, right? What about it? Tim doesn't want to have anything to do with you anymore. So he said he's going to cancel the lease. What? We use the office for everything from taking orders to training new employees. It's going to be a problem if the lease is suddenly canceled. It's not like we can just find another spot like a regular house, you know? It's affecting the lives of our employees too. I know! Losing the company's office could be a real blow to the shop, huh? Are you trying to take something that's important to me again? Well, I feel sorry for you, so I decided to negotiate with Tim. Negotiate? Exactly. He proposed that if you give me the company, he'll let you keep the office. I'll take over your company. That way, the employees' lives won't change either, right? With no office, some of them might end up wandering the streets, you know? I'll take care of the employees' lives as my side job. What an awful person you are. You just keep taking everything I care about one after another. And now, you're even trying to make things difficult for my valued colleagues. Unforgivable. Oh, yeah. If you won't hand over the company to me, then the office will vanish as well. If that's fine with you, be my guest. You're unbelievable. You're really a piece of shit. No, I'm not. I am a beautiful married woman and mother. But I'm also a woman with a career and makes a lot of money. I'm far from a piece of shit. There's no point in arguing with you. Why don't you just give up your company? Okay, fine. I'll give you my company then. Really? What a surprise! Are you okay? Am I okay? That's what you wanted, right? Well, yes, but... Okay, thank you. That was very kind of you. All right then. I'll take care of all the procedures from my end. Wait, what do you mean? Don't contact me anymore. Wait a minute! Sherry, what the hell? I know you see my messages. Answer me. What is it? What is it? Seriously? What's wrong with this office? The toilet is leaking, and there's water leaking from the kitchen sink too. I'm constantly cleaning up every day. That building was pretty old. I believe it's mentioned in the contract that repairs are at your own expense. I was actually stressing about how to cover the repair costs. So it's a huge relief that you're taking it off my hands. What the hell? You never mentioned that. I gave up the company like you asked me to. You shouldn't be complaining. You knew about it the whole time and never mentioned anything? You're such a scam. You're the one who took my company away from me. If you want to complain, why don't you talk to Tim's company? I don't have anything to do with that place anymore. Huh? And on top of that, as soon as I took over, Employees started quitting one after another. What's going on? Are you behind this? That's rude. I'm busy running my new bakery shop. I don't have time doing sneaky things like you. Get over yourself. A new bakery? I haven't heard anything about that. Actually, I figured you'd try to give me a hard time, so I took steps ahead of time. Gotta be one step ahead, right? Huh? On the day I left the office, I gathered the employees and told them everything. Even though we'll be working in different shops, I asked them to continue treating me the same as before. You told them that? Of course I did. Clearly explaining reasons as a professional is extremely important. So why did the employees quit? They said that if I was going to open a new shop, they wanted to work there. They wanted to support me and work with me. Huh? That sounds like poaching, doesn't it? No, it's not. Why not? Did you ever revamp the employment contracts and workplace policies after taking over? Huh? What's that? In simple terms, it's a set of rules for working. Many companies include non-compete clauses, which prevent employees from working for competing companies or engaging in side jobs for competitors. Huh. But I didn't include a non-compete clause. I believe that the right to choose where to work belongs to the worker, and if they choose something better, they should be allowed to do so. If you haven't revised the employment contracts and workplace policies, then there's no non-compete clause. So it's the individual's freedom to move to a competitor. So it's not poaching, and it's not illegal. I didn't know about that. Why didn't you tell me? What? I assumed you knew about it since you made the decision to become the president yourself. And I wouldn't know about the contracts made after you became president. Thanks to you, I'm the only employee in my company. What are you going to do? I could care less. Also, the contract terms for pastry chefs were the same. So, they're doing great at my new shop. If you're thinking of becoming the company president, you should study more. You can't just become a president without knowing anything. It doesn't work that way. You're so cocky, aren't you? Listen, I studied hard after you took everything away from me. I had to survive on my own. I'm not like you, just relying on looks to take everything. No way! Hey, why don't you study hard and try to rebuild that company yourself? I don't have anything else to say. Bye. Sherry! Please pick up the phone. Sherry! What do you want? I have a busy schedule today. What did you say to my boss? Huh? He said he heard about me taking over my sister's company. I mean, you did though. And then he told me something else. He said the company doesn't allow employees to have a second job. I violated the rules, so he said I can't work for him anymore. Okay. I got fired. This is your fault. How is that my fault? You violated the rules, right? Nobody at the company was supposed to know. So how did my boss find out? You snitched on me, didn't you? How do you know my boss? Your company has been a business partner of mine for a while. What? He really loved my cakes. He asked if we could supply cakes to one of his hotels. Actually, we've been doing business for about 5 years now. Huh? It turns out, I'm the same age as the boss's daughter. So he was really fond of me. He took care of me as his own. Eventually, we started talking about all sorts of things, and I've been relying on him for advice. When I decided to start a new company this time, he was the first person I talked to. I knew it was you. Your boss said he couldn't tolerate having such a narrow-minded employee in his company. He said that kind of thinking could mess with other employees. So he had to take action. I didn't ask for anything to be done to you. Just goes to show how out of line you've been. Anyway, got a meeting now, so catch you later. Sherry, wait a minute! I lost my job, and the side business I was planning to rely on closed down too. I still have a mortgage to pay off. What should I do? Huh? I don't know. Even though you took everything from me, I managed to climb back up on my own. Why don't you try to do the same and work your way back up? I don't know if I can do that. I don't even know where to start. What am I supposed to tell Tim? Maybe tell him everything and be honest. If you're trying to keep the company, why don't you ask him to repair the office? Maybe Tim didn't check the contract either. You two are just like-minded. Don't be silly. I'm in serious trouble. You're the one who's being silly. How many times have you caused me trouble? You took everything from me and pushed me to rock bottom. Do you really think I'd do something for someone like you? You've got to be kidding me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything I've done. So, would you please convince my boss? Why should I do that? You're close to him, right? He cares for you like his own daughter. I think he'll reconsider everything if you talk to him. So, why would I do that for you? That is none of my business. Besides, you violated the contract, so face the consequences. Learn the rules of society properly. Don't say that! You've been spoiled by our parents since we were kids. Whenever you do something bad, they'd blame me and laugh it off. And then you took everything I had, everything I wanted. I told you I'm sorry for everything, right? You took away everything from me. Love from my parents, my husband, and also my daughter. It's too late for apologies now. Sherry, you're my only sister. My precious sister. Precious sister? Stop trying to be funny. That's way too convenient. It makes me sick. I cut ties with you already. I don't have any sisters. Sherry, I'm really sorry. Please talk to my boss. I can't afford to lose my job. It will affect my family. I don't care. Talk to Tim about that. I'm not your family. Tim is about to lose his job too. Huh? What do you mean? Seems like he often didn't bother to read the terms of the rental contracts. That led to constant complaints from clients. Apparently, the higher-ups have now issued a termination order. He's desperately trying to persuade them now, but it seems tough. Seriously, you two are just the same. I'm glad I divorced him. Please, Sherry. Discuss your future plans with him, not me. It's none of my business. No, you can help us out for a while. Are you serious? Why would I lend money to a stranger? You're crazy. I have no one else to ask. Our parents are living on their pensions. Then sell that luxurious house of yours. What? You can live with that money for a while. Oh no! Don't you ever try to contact me again. If you do, I'll call the cops on you. I will block all of you on everything. Please, forgive me, Sherry. I'm begging you. Anna and Tim lost their jobs. I believe that their own reckless thinking led to this situation. They should reflect on what it truly means to be a decent human. I've heard they've had to sell that luxurious house because they couldn't afford it anymore. Now, they're living in a rundown apartment, all three of them in quite miserable conditions. I think this has cleared up some of the confusions I've been feeling. I'm juggling a hectic schedule these days, but I'm thrilled that the new shop has opened successfully. Thanks to our loyal regulars spreading the word, we've been seeing a steady stream of customers coming in, and I couldn't be more grateful. The CEO of the company where my sister used to work continues to offer his support, which means a lot to me. With no parents around, I look up to the CEO while also striving harder myself.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!